Hey, what's up, family? Welcome to another episode of Alienated. Another day, another UE. So, today I will be showing you how I got this Boom 500 entry, guys, and we are still holding. I am still holding, and the other thing, I didn't give anyone the signal as I was busy for the past few weeks. So, let's dive into it, guys. Okay, so for the date, guys, today the 2nd of August, right? Um, this part I will be seeing myself, and from the screen I'm going to display it, right? Um, no problem. Let's get to it, guys. So here was the chart. Usually I start from a day time frame to see where the market is going, to see the market direction, right? And the first thing what I do personally is to have a clean chart, a clean chart, guys, so you can be able to see clearly what you'll be doing in this process. Okay, so from the day time frame, right? Most people they'll tell you start by placing indicators or what. It depends, right? Each and everyone has a strategy which you use. It might be working for you, it might be not be working for you, right? For myself, I'm still a beginner, I'm still finding my way through it, so I can be able to identify myself, to make mistakes. I will be able to correct myself along the way, right? So from the daily time frame, some people will tell you to put indicators, or for an example, trend lines. Most people they say a trend line is a must, but I wouldn't say a trend line is a must, guys. Um, as I was saying, it depends on your strategy. So here from the daily time frame, I wasn't interested that much. Um, from the daily time frame, this time frame is showing us it was in an uptrend, right? In an uptrend. I don't want to mark too many things, right? But you can see that we had a previous high. It's been, I don't know how many days from this point, right? It was falling and falling. Some people will say it was crashing, right? It's boom, it was crashing, it was falling down, right? So from the daily time frame, I wasn't interested that much. So what I was looking for here, I was looking for a turning point where I would be able to enter for sales, right? So if I look at the left side where it was crashing, that's where I can be able to identify what was going, right, what was going on exactly. I'll be able maybe to mark some few things. Usually I use a shape, a rectangle one, so I can be able to see what's going on, right? So this was the high from a day, and I like it to be red also. I don't know if it's the default one, but yeah, I like it to be red. So this was the high, right? So from there, it was also making a move while it was crashing. I'll be able to mark some few lines, right? So it was, this was the second one. Let me just put this one permanently here. This one, so you can be able to see it. Okay, so for sellers, right, as the market was crashing, right, we didn't take any sale there, but you never know. I was busy. I might have taken some sales, but I don't remember. Okay, so this was another entry point over here where you could have just jumped in to sell. So on boom and crash, there are two things. You must be able to identify which type of trader are you. Do you trade the ticks, or do you trade the candles, the spikes? They call them the spikes. I usually call them another UE. Usually, when they come, they can completely wipe your account if you are someone who's starting, maybe we deposited an amount of $10, right? So from here, that one was an entry over there. Over here was a nice entry, and even if you placed a pet stop loss, we were able to cash in a large amount of money, right? Then from this part also, it was another area, another UE, that one, you see. Then we go over here, that was another entry. Okay, then from here it was consolidating, right? This area, not the whole of this block, but only this area. You could have just waited for a breakout and retest. Remember, it's still the daily time frame, right? Then it continued to sell, right? So over here I went to the 4-hour time frame. It made a turning point, right? I hope you can see on the 4-hour time frame over here. Made a turning point over there. Right, then it started going up. So for myself, I usually trade the ticks, right? The market was going up. Okay, so for someone who was looking for a buy on this market, you're going to catch one over here. This is the 4-hour time frame. It went up, then it came back on this zone, then it started going up again, right? This was another entry, right? The moment when it broke here, fully broke and retested, it was another entry over there. So I wasn't interested that much all this time, but what made me hold the position, it was this part. It's actually interesting on which strategy you use basically. Let me go to 1-hour time frame. Okay, I know maybe you cannot see clearly because of how I'm zooming in, but I will try to make it clear enough, right? So there was an area that I was interested in, this area. I was so interested in it, right? Why was I interested? The market came over here, came back, it wasn't able to break out, right? It was playing around this range, right? Then it came back to this zone again. It didn't break out, right? Then eventually over here it broke out. I would call it a fake breakout, but it depends on how you analyze. Let's see if people took the trade over here. Let's see. Let me just put this line over here. Please don't mind my messages coming in. We're looking for a trend line, right? Some would put it like this, some they would put it like that. But basically for me, I was going to put it like this. Why? I was looking for something that was short, right? So where was it short? We had 1, 2, 3, then 4, fake breakout, then it came again in this zone, then retested, then it went in. So according to your stop loss, if you entered over here, you're supposed to put your stop loss over here. So you take profit, you're going to set it 1:2, then you're going to cash in some bag, right? Okay, so as I was saying, this was my area that I was so interested in, right? It broke out, came back, didn't retest that fully, let me put something else that you can see. Using pure price action, guys, this was the thing that I saw, head and shoulder, right? So if I would exactly recall how I entered, right, I took this side, this left side, as I'm looking onto the screen, right, is shoulder, this one was the head, this was the shoulder. So I knew that if I would enter any position over here, let me show you how my stop, where my stop loss was, right. I wanted to put my stop loss above that zone. Why? Remember, it reached here also, right? So even if we move this big line over here, let's try to use this one, shift it a little bit and play around it with it. Analyzing sometimes it can be hard, sometimes it's fun, right? Okay guys, so here look at this side. Okay, my entry sale lot size is 0.5, as you can see here. 2025, the first around 11, it was a sale. Here was the price. Eventually the stop loss, I removed it, and the take profit, right? But TP basically for me it was hit. Okay, so now it's holding around 66 bucks. 66 bucks in South African rands, that's going to be approximately 1.2, right? Okay, so why was my stop loss above this level? You see here there was a previous level that has the same influence over here, so my stop loss was supposed to be above, of which when I entered this trade somewhere about here, right, it, okay, I entered it around here, then it went into profit, then there was a drawdown. I think it was around 7 bucks, then it started going down, started ticking, tick tick, another day, another UE. So yeah, I think basically I would say head and shoulder is what made me enter this position. As a trader, you must be able to share your ideas, right? To talk or to analyze and predict where the market is going, and also remember the reason why you entered that trade. You can't enter a trade because of revenge. Maybe your stop loss was hit, 10 bucks gone, and all of a sudden now you want to revenge. The market only rewards discipline, guys. That one I will tell you, the market reward discipline. So always, if you're a trader, if you, even if you're a beginner trader, they might give you, let's say, 10,000. You can easily blow it. You can easily blow it. But from someone who is disciplined, who is still learning, that 10,000 can turn into 20, 30, 40. It can keep going, right? So, guys, this is how we got the trade. Still holding. But, anyways, I'm going to close it because my TP was hit. My TP, where was I going to put it? So let me show you that one. Then we call it a rep. This was my TP. Why? There was an area that was interested, area of confluence, or an area that I was interested in, right? So it reacted over here 2 times, then it reacted again for the 3rd time, for the 4th, and the 5th. So this was my TP. Let's see how much was my TP. That was around, it won't allow me to put my TP over there. Why? Because the TP was already hit. We are still holding the trade, right, guys? So another day, another UE. This is how we got the trade. As a trader, I advise you to be disciplined, to have discipline, I would say. Have discipline, then the market will reward you accordingly. So guys, peace, I'm out.